All right, friends, this is Solaris Nights, episode 106. I'm not going to tell you the title because I don't know if Adam Kaseki will be alive to fight his opponent at the end of this. This is your no point of no return, right? You need to make a decision if you're doing anything else before you go up on your mission to capture the Diamond Shark dropship.
Yeah. So the at this point, I have recruited all of the necessary manpower. I have started training my guys for the mission some time ago. And now the final thing I need to do is Adam Kaseki is going to set out to acquire intelligence from contacts he made while serving on the clan front to see if he can get a solid idea of the dropship blueprints.
Okay.
Because in order to take a dropship, you need to be able to secure both the engine room and the bridge before anybody has any idea what the hell's going on.
Oh, correct. You don't need to go to any intelligence contacts. You can literally just find it in Seth's files. You're like, this must be super secret information. Seth already has a database of clan warships and dropships. He made it earlier for another mission.
I'm sure he does. The question is I did not assume that Adam would necessarily have access to that. Though I suppose I could just steal it. Wouldn't be that hard. So Adam will probably just do that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to.
No role needed.
Okay.
Seth may be a clan watch officer, but he's still a clanner. He does not really understand information security.
Yeah, the idea that someone with spurious motives and access to his personal quarters will simply secret his way in and.
The clan's idea of clandestine intelligence gathering is to send warriors undercover and be like, hello, I do not use contractions, fellow workers. Do not mind me, even though I am a foot taller and buffer than all of you.
Yeah.
Fellow kids.
Or those, jackass elementals hanging out in a building.
I would love the idea of, I think I did this with Ludeman, but like Saved by the Bell, where actors are like 10 years older than the characters they're supposed to play. I love the idea of someone sending like a elemental who is like 10 years older to play like an undercover high school student. He's taller than most of the kids standing up while he's sitting down. He's like, hello, fellow kids.
Starring Carl Del Villar.
Well, right now he's doing a pretty good job of pretending to be a mech warrior, so.
Now I'm just imagining Carl starring in all of those like ridiculous Arnold Schwarzenegger movies from like not from the action movies from like the 80s and 90s. I mean like the really shitty movies from like the 2000s where shit started getting weird.
What about the one where he goes to get the superhero doll,
Oh gosh, I'm blanking on that one. And I'm also is it the pacifier? Is that the one where he's the
Isn't that Vin Diesel?
No, that's Vin Diesel. You're right. There's one where it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's like
there's
a
always going to be
or some crap.
An action star taking care of two kids, and somehow it makes him become the greatest hero ever because it's really hard to take care of two kids. There's always some terrorist bombing or gunman or.
To be fair, taking care of kids is difficult.
But but you don't need to be Vin Diesel in order to do it. They're always like, oh my god, this is so hard. It's the hardest job I've ever had, and I killed Osama bin Laden.
Yes, that is usually the punchline of the entire exercise.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm now just imagining something like that with Carl Del Villar, except Carl Del Villar would probably actually be quite good at it, seeing as how he's actually a dad.
I like the idea of
whatever the
him
clan approximation thereof is.
taking care of like a Sibco, right? You know, it's like, this Sibco has to visit Solaris. How is he gonna keep 30 screaming 12-year-olds in line?
Especially when half of them have knives and want to kill people.
Yeah.
The whole mess.
They go to like a burger joint and they butchaw the owner for a burger.
Yeah. But yeah, all of that, we get Adam Kaseki sneaking around Seth's quarters to the Pink Panther theme.
No. And why that's the no. Just the music choice is the problem here, to be clear.
What, you don't like brass?
Oh my God.
And saxophone?
Come on now. It's too silly.
Oh.
You're about to commit serious acts of terrorism and piracy.
Against the enemy that I don't look. Do clans have non-combatants?
Yes, the whole point of clan culture is to reduce the amount of damage to non-combatants to 0.
Well, they do a very poor job of it.
Are you sure? Because the non-combatants seem to be doing all right. You know, they started their society with like 600 people, right? And now they're up to several, dozen million.
The numbers on that aren't quite. Nicholas Korinsky ran away with a lot more than 600 people and came back with a lot more than 600 people.
There were 600 warriors.
Okay.
Trothkin. All right, look. You've got the files. You have a Union C blueprint. You can see on there's an analysis from a clan technician that the Union dropship's air conditioning normally breaks, but superior clan engineering has fixed that problem hundreds of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
They're confused as to why the Unisphere still has this problem. They fixed it in like 10 minutes.
I'm glad that they had time to fix the air conditioning.
Yeah,
good for them.
Pretty important.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Adam then sits down with, I guess, who all did Osmond get? He got a bunch of like pirates and mercenaries.
Yeah,
basically.
He's calling them the disposables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. And then we've got the Rasselhag, the Rasselhag refugee, like revenge bent
That's your team,
veterans.
yes.
Well, no, that's not my guys. That's just the dudes I went and.
I thought you were only taking them. All right.
No, I went and recruited the Rasselhag guys that are like disillusioned with Linhilder trying to be nice to the clans.
Yeah.
And then I've got my team that's actually a bunch of like trained people with some amount of special operations like experience, or at the very least actual like combat.
Okay.
I think that's the 3 teams of people we've got.
Well, you have two
and then
battle
Cosmo.
taxis.
And then all of Cosmo's guys.
Oh, right. You're bringing Cosmo's.
I believe I'm bringing Cosmo himself as well. I don't know if Cosmo himself was coming.
In what? Personally?
I don't know. I think we'll, for the sake of the fact that Dunamis probably couldn't be here today, that we'll say that Cosmo is probably not coming in. Just sent his like dudes,
his goons,
his boys. He's got.
No, they're goons.
To get some.
They're goons.
But Cal Yu's coming because Cosmo is like, with any luck, he'll get killed.
Yes, the Maskarovka agent that has managed to avoid dying in the arena and also being executed by the Maskarovka several times. That's the guy that's probably going to die.
Hey,
Cal Yu is a cockroach. Listen, the rest of you will be dead, and he'll be bathing in a radiation pool, just like, oh, Imagine how much cooler I'll be in summer.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we've got 4 teams, and our guys are bringing 2. I don't know what mechs Cosmos guys have, but our team is bringing 2 battle mechs.
Okay.
We are bringing the Komodo KIM-2 with its, a bunch of lasers and stuff, and Osmond's coming in that because that's his mech. And then I am bringing a Blackjack Omni mech.
Okay.
Specifically, I believe I'm bringing the variant that's got the LB10. Oh, I went and muted myself. The plan is to breach the outside of the dropship. With the mechs, the Blackjack is going to breach into the bridge area. The Komodo will help breach into the engineering section. And we're basically coming in from the outside. That is the general plan.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully with the amount of bodies we have and everything, we're gonna massively overwhelm. We shall see.
You find just a few hours before going on a mission that someone has left a handwritten note for you in your office asking you to speak with them on the roof of the barracks.
Cool. Adam makes sure he has his, sidearm and everything, but then heads on up.
Someone is standing looking out over the Solaris City skyline in loose baggy sweatpants and a hoodie with the hood covering their face, and they're facing away from you. So all you get to see is the dramatic wind blowing.
Adam will just walk up, vaguely parallel to them, but not too close. So that they're both like in the same shot looking over Solaris.
The person takes their hoodie down. It's Alex of Clan Hell's Horses. He turns towards you and he thumbs his nose and he says, I heard you're looking to go on a real dangerous situation. Going up into space.
Future reference. Who did you hear that from?
Osmond's got a big mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'll have to fix that. But, yes. You've got an aerospace fighter, right?
I do. And don't worry about Osmond. He doesn't just have a big mouth. I have genetically superior hearing, reflexes, sight.
Good.
I'm the best of the best. If I'm not up there, you can't succeed.
You have 36 hours.
Okay.
Be ready to suit up.
Yes. He goes. He just leaves immediately.
And Alex and Adam hands him like Adam just reaches into his pocket and like pulls out his little reference note thing that he had. And just takes out a flashcard, makes a couple notes, and just hands it to Alex and says, "Don't kill anybody, at least any of us."
Oh man, I'm having trouble figuring out what he would say but it would be really edgy, like, the only people I'll be killing are the ones that deserve it.
Well, let's just hope there's any humans left at that point.
I can see that we're of the same mind.
I doubt that, but perhaps we all have a little more in common than we'd like to admit.
Okay.
And Adam just thinks to himself, huh, aerospace cover. That's not the worst thing in the world.
It's one light aerospace fighter. Calm down.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's more than we had before.
Yeah, okay. It's not like the difference between having 0 firearms and 1 firearm.
That's a pretty big difference.
Depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before the mission?
Brief the troops, prep everyone for the operation, and then roll out.
All right. So, Word of Blake has discreetly provided you with 2 NL-42 battle taxis.
Mm-hmm.
These things are 5 years into their service life, and they were flagged as being faulty. You're pretty sure that that was a, like a Word of Blake technical error, like they intentionally flagged them as being faulty so that someone would sell them off.
Mm-hmm.
But their service records still list that they have quite a few small quirks and maybe don't work so well. You've also been given 1 Leopard dropship from which your battle mechs can hot drop out the bottom onto the Union Sea battleship.
Yeah.
I said battleship. I meant dropship.
Yeah.
No one would ever accuse the Union Sea of being a battleship. Come on, what is it? A Congress class? No, that's a frigate.
Except maybe in the 3rd succession war.
Sovietsky Soyuz?
Yeah.
The McKenna's Pride. That's about the only battleship I know. Technically, it's a battlecruiser. Fuck, this is tough. Leviathan. There we go.
Yeah, all of the warships I know are like the cruiser class.
Cruisers, stuff. Yeah, or frigates.
Yeah, some of the stuff that got made, like some of the stuff that gets made for Bulldog.
The Fox class Corvette, literally amazing. The Whirlwind.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Adam gets some of the, if we have anybody who's slightly, technically, who's like, combat tech type stuff, has them do like a quick check over all the systems. But yeah.
What have your preparations been in regards to the aerospace traffic controllers?
Adam's currently his plan is to call in Blake favors on that one.
Okay. I'd like you to make a roll real quick for instinct.
All right, instinct roll. Oops. Oh. Put that down. That is an 8.
All right. Okay. On your way up, Alex hides in the shadow of the dropship and the 2 patrol craft, the NL-42s. So the 4 ships are basically flying together and attempting to look like one Leopard dropship. Yeah. It's a little questionable. Your personal team want to switch the plan up when you get up top. They want to go in first. They're listening to the comms chatter from Team 2, and they're like, ooh. They're not good. We should go in first,
Team
boss.
2 is...
the Rasselhagians and the Disposables.
Okay. So we put them in the same team? Oh,
yes.
Boy. All right, so they want to go in first.
Yeah. So originally the plan was for them to dock a few seconds before you so that they could draw a lot of attention and fire, and then Team 1 would get in, you know, and flank essentially at another location. But your team is getting unsteady right now. They're nervous because the communications coming from the second NL-42 indicate that these people are morons with no comms discipline. So your choice is follow the plan or do what your team wants.
Adam, I think, is going to look to his team and say, we're sticking to the plan. And then he's going to call Osman and say, you know, get control of your dudes.
Okay.
Osman, tighten up comms discipline. Because even if they do a shit job, they're still going to end up drawing all the fire.
You have an option here to try to... You can either approach the dropship without saying anything, or you can try to say something like, this is a routine security patrol, something like that. Anything to distract them, or maybe just not have them be nervous about your approach.
Osman is actually, or no, not Osman. I don't play Osman. Adam will Adam will pick up the communications and hail the clan dropship.
It's the clan Diamond Shark ship, Isuru Paucus.
Isuru Paucus, this is the Hidalgo. This is a routine security check before your final descent. Coming up alongside.
Make an entertainment roll real quick.
That is a 10.
They acknowledge, or more correctly, they give you an AF. Your ships begin to surround the area, which is the first time that they get any indication there's more than one ship. The battle pods deploy their magnetic grapplers and then attach quickly. Team 2 begins pouring out of the hole that they carve. Your team is also going in, while you and the rest of the mechs try to pop open the dropship doors. Can I have you roll training, please, to respond with violence to whatever's on the other side of your doors?
Oh, my edge on that one.
Yeah. Oh, what a help. What a help.
That's a 12.
All right, let me say this. You know, they always say don't tell the players what's going on behind the screen because it ruins everything, and doubly so for the audience. I feel like that's good advice, but I rarely follow it. So there's two checklists here. One is called successes and the other is called investigation. And this is the only success where if you got a 10 plus, you would get 2 successes instead of 1. So this is a good time to critical.
I mean, you know, yeah, if there was any time to do really well with violence, you know, the violence roll seems like an important one when you're trying to take something by force.
You pop open the side of the ship. It's a nightmare. The problem is that your understanding of dropships, right, is as a mech warrior bringing your mech on and off the ship, there's always clear lines of transit. However, this dropship was not intended to transit anything more than replacement mechs and supplies. So you open the door and it's just Supply City everywhere down here, right? Not only is everything de-vacuuming around you, I don't mean like it's violently exploding, but you know, like one pressure of atmosphere's worth of stuff is streaming past you. Anything that wasn't properly locked down, including a person. It's rough. You basically have to dive your mech through the door because there's chest-high walls of supplies. And you're upside down at this point in relative to the dropship. And the dropship begins maneuvering, but you're not attached to the dropship. So like the dropship flips and you're like, okay, I'm still, the dropship is moving around me until I engage my magnetic grapplers, right? It is not great. The other mechs are having trouble getting in. You catch Osman grappling with an elemental, and like the rest of his guys got like stun prods and they're stunning the elemental. Finally, Osman knifes the dude in the neck.
Osman's not in his mech?
No, I thought you put Osman with Team 2 in the...
Oh, I put his mech with Team 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess Osman isn't the guy knifing the elemental in the neck. But yes, someone is doing that.
It's probably some Rasselhack guy. So
the door downward towards the engineering bay opens, and I say downward relative to a union, right? For you, you're probably on a wall at this point, so down is totally relative.
Yeah.
Engineward, the door opens, and you react instantly. Just whatever weapons you're firing, they hit the dude in the doorway and several people behind them. You make it so that they can't close the door, locking the engineering bay, allowing Team 2 to stream in and start their objective.
Yeah.
At this point, the plan calls for you personally to capture the escape pods to prevent any possible survivors from leaving and or drawing attention to this.
Yep.
So I need you to make another training roll.
That's a 9.
Okay.
So not quite a 10 plus. Just barely missed. Hopefully good enough.
Do you choose to get out of your mech and reinforce either the engineering or bridge sections, or do you allow them to do it, you know, let the plan go? Your mech isn't going to fit through human-sized corridors.
Have I already done my job in the mech?
You have securing the escape pods was your only job. They wanted to let you, you know, get a commander's eye view of the situation.
Yeah, then now that I have secured all the shit and my job is done, I will dismount and grab my Wakizashi and sidearm.
Where do you want to go? Bridge or engineering?
Engineering's already like secured, I thought, right? Or
the disposables are taking engineering. It is not like they couldn't lock the door to totally keep your guys out, which would have been very bad. That's what you secured. That doesn't mean engineering has been taken. They're now facing small arms fire down there. Shotguns, pistols. The bridge is the same deal. The one door was locked, but they used some of those nice breaching charges. It's still, you know, 16 guys. Well, 6 guys with guns pointed at the only door, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. You gotta force your way through. There'll be losses. So the question is, bridge or engineering? What's more important to you?
I am gonna go to the bridge to my guys.
All right. Do you want to commit violence, or do you want to try to get them to surrender? Now, if you get them to surrender, just to be clear, you can just immediately kill them after you've disarmed them, right? Like,
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You're the bad guys. You're Nakatomi Plaza here, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I believe they actually wanted the hostages for. But no, I think Adam says to the clanners, you know, in the bridge, you have a word for honorable withdrawal, don't you? What was that?
Kajira.
Hajira, was it? You can simply walk away. You fought well, but you are outdone.
Make an entertainment roll.
Three plus three is 6.
That's a failure. You got any edge left?
I do not. Only have the 1 point so far. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
They do not surrender, and it is a slog. 2 of your guys die in the process, but eventually you get in there. Now, I want to go back in time a little bit here to when you were breaking into the dropship. We cut to Alex's point of view outside the ship and to the bridge with a side-by-side view. And, you know, there's like an explosion and the captain goes, "What the hell? We're under attack." And one of the gunnery officers is like, "Sergeant, secure the door immediately." And the gunnery corporal is about to stand up and do that. And then he notices Alex opening fire outside. So the 2 of them are locked in battle, like shooting at each other. This gunnery officer is just like, "Corporal, I told you to secure that door right now." And there's like 2 universes, one where Alex isn't here and the bridge door is secured, and one where Alex is here and the bridge door isn't secured, which is the universe we live in, which gave you another success. However, Alex is just demolished by a series of Gauss rifle rounds from the Union Sea, and his fighter does like the slippy thing from Star Fox 64. It just goes spinning off wildly into space. So, you receive 6 successes and an investigation score of 3. You have successfully taken a Union Sea dropship pack full of supplies.
Terrible. 3 investigation scores, not terrible.
You are not picked up by Lyran intelligence for this. However, every major intelligence agency knows that this happened and will be investigating further to see if they can learn who, why, and how.
Now becomes the part where obfuscate.
Yeah, so if you had received another point of investigation, Adam Kaseki would be dead right now. Like, Loki would have picked him up a second time, and he would be exsanguinating into a drain. All right. What do you want to do? The disposables are mostly disposed of. They did not do well in the engineering section. There were a lot of casualties. Several of them were friendly fire, just dudes shooting through each other, spraying down corridors, accidentally damaging piping on the ship, causing themselves to get scalded, that sort of thing. It was not great.
Osmond die?
Osmond is alive. Why, did you want him to die?
No.
Did you want to arrange for him to not return from this?
Adam looks at Osmond and just says, "I want a full report."
Yeah, of course. Adam, just 1 second. I think you should get in your battle mech. I'm gonna get in mine real quick. And he winks at you in the process. We gotta give everybody their payday.
Understood.
So,
Adam steps into his mech. He doesn't do anything. He just lets Osmond take care of it and starts like writing up his own like report of the situation.
Like, it's a massacre, right? Like, Osmond's mech is designed to kill infantry. So the disposables and the Rasselhagians are there, and he just deletes them. Just a dozen guys left. Tired, adrenaline fueled.
Yeah, just switches the AMS to using them as machine guns.
Not great. Not great.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I always do this. Not really that funny.
No, it's like awful. It's one of those like villain scenes where we just hear like the gunshots and
I
screams.
love the idea that you're
just
doing paperwork in the middle of it.
Literally, we see Adam sitting in his cockpit, like writing things down on like a clipboard.
Oh, it's got to be classical music.
As we hear screams over the comms, and just like his face is illuminated by the red glow of his HUD.
Yeah, that's a good villain scene right there. I already hate him.
Yeah. And then you just like, and then we just end the scene, and the entire like, we end the entire like raid sequence with still Adam in his cockpit, and he just reaches over, presses a button next to him, and just says, "Osmond, that's good enough." And then we fade to black on that.
Okay.
Word of Blake is not the good guys. In case that wasn't obvious.
Yeah. Okay, you have lost several members of your personal crew, but that has only made the survivors that much more dedicated to the cause.
Mm-hmm. Adam, the next phase of Adam's plan is to immediately try to get some actual Word of Blake people. Some like other undercover Blakeists with like similar military backgrounds to try and replace some of the people we lost and work on converting the other guys like surreptitiously.
Oh man, there's something I want to say here, but I've promised myself to be less political and less reality fairy. I have to let it pass, but it's killing me.
Oh no, you and I are both on the same page thought-wise.
This is rough. This is rough, man. Your plan is so shitty, by the way. I fucking hate it.
Yes, it is evil. All
right, welcome to episode of 106, Adam Kaseki versus Steve Gary.
Yeah.
All right, Kaseki. Some things have changed around the stable in the last few days. Mm-hmm. Word of Blake is invading Terra. It's not really that well known among the public yet. It's starting to spread. You were informed ahead of time as a Blakeist agent. Yeah. Your next opponent, Steve Gary, is a Word of Blake worshiper who's been ordered to lose to you intentionally today, so you got nothing to worry about. He's gonna throw the match for sure.
That's kind of disappointing.
This Word of Blake, what do you want? They're trying to hype you up.
That's interesting. I think Adam himself is like, I just wanted to beat him though. But yeah.
I mean, I've seen this show before. I'm not worried about you beating him, but you should know that he is going to lose intentionally just in case.
Yeah. Adam takes his orders in stride.
That's good, because that's how you've been programmed.
Yeah. I mean, he has a job to do.
No one has seen your boy Alex Househorses. All they know is he took his fighter out and never returned. No one bothered to go look for him. So
good. That is exactly what I was hoping for.
All right, make note of that, Seth.
Adam, however, does spend like the next week after the the whatever time happened between the raid and now, doing a combination of complimenting Osmond on his handling of this like raid during the events, while also chastising him for the fact that he needs to keep his fucking mouth shut. Because
come on, you got a investigation score 3. It's fine.
He's trying to balance praising Osmond because Osmond did his job and did it relatively well. And
look, the military figured this out a long time ago. You give him a medal, but you drive it into his chest with a rusty nail directly over his heart.
Yeah. While also, again, giving him the dress down of like, you need your OPSEC is fucking terrible, Osmond. You need to get it together. You can't knife someone in the back if you talk about how much you're going to want to stab them beforehand.
Okay, so with no clan supplies arriving for them, and a mysterious attack on their dropship, which was stolen and then somehow lost from radar coverage. Clan Diamond Shark has announced that they will no longer be clandestinely supplying the stable with clan repairs. So each clan mech or any mech that uses clan tech can only repair one more time using your reserves before they are no longer able to repair this season.
Understandable. Question is does that apply to the Jade Falcons as well?
I mean, the Jade Falcons don't have any mech pilots left on planet.
Oh, do they not? Did we?
No, they do have mech pilots left. That question of interclan politics is, you know, one for them. Listen, the Jade Falcons could just challenge the Diamond Sharks for a right to use the supplies. That's how clan society works. Then the most superior warriors will obviously win.
Yeah.
So it's this classic conundrum of just challenging people for supplies over and over again until no one has anything.
So Adam, as part of the deal with Cosmo, basically split the stuff that they stole off that dropship between Adam's, what Adam sends to the Word of Blake for study and whatnot, and you know, secretly what Adam pretends he's selling for money, and what he gives to Cosmo for Cosmo's forces to do whatever the fuck they want with. And then obviously Osmond gets a big money cut. Adam arranges to have Word of Blake pay for some of the stuff that he sends over just so he can give Osmond money. And splits everything out evenly, and the disposables got disposed of, so it's a non-issue. Adam does also pay all of his guys. You know, they get their big like cut of money, Billy Russo Punisher season 2 style. Except, you know, without the part where we all shoot each other in the face. Hopefully.
I was just thinking about Daredevil and the Punisher again.
Yeah. These guys are very much like, Adam is very much like doing the Billy Russo season 2 thing. So yeah, this is.
Let me mark down that the boys at Cosmo crew create clan combat. Something with a C. I'm just gonna put 3 question marks there until I figure it out.
Clan combat cadre.
Oh, I'll take it.
I'll take company.
It. Okay, I'll like cadre better. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Company is already like a designated term that implies a certain number of people.
It's true. Well, company is always on my mind.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's any clan supplies that would be usable by like Adam's dudes, but you know, clan small arms or anything like that, laser weapons that don't have to be reloaded, really. Stuff like that could be useful. Small arms that don't drop casings for intelligence agencies to trace. That sort of thing is kind of what Adam would keep for his guys.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Your investigation score was so high, they definitely will figure out it's you and it's Word of Blake eventually. It's just a question of how long. Any attempt to throw people off your scent is not going to work that well. You've left some signature criminal incrimination against you.
Yeah.
But you got to stick to OPSEC. You got to build yourself time. So I think that there's probably a sort of Sherlock Holmesian investigator who's like, with a pen, he's picking up a shell case and going, "Was it Jade Falcons?" This 9mm. It's Clan Jade Falcon issue made only on Ironhold in a specific submunitions factory.
Would be an interesting thing for an Inner Sphere investigator to know.
When you're the galaxy's
Kiseki.
greatest investigator, you can't limit yourself just to the inner sphere.
He's Clan Nova Cat, so he can just see the future and who the criminal is.
Wow. Let's see how well that's worked out for the Nova Cats so far. It hasn't ever.
Ezekiel Nova Cat. How well has your prediction worked out? You basically just always say that it's been foreseen that you will win, and that's roughly true about 50% of the time.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe he doesn't mean he'll win now. He means he'll win in the end.
Maybe.
Because he knows the clans will take Terra, and that means the end of the Inner Sphere. He's always known.
He knows that the clans take Terra in 400 years or however long it is.
It's about 100 years. Calm down.
I don't know when Ilkhan is.
100 years.
I stop after Dark Ages, man.
I mean, Ilkhan is dark. And you know what? I like Dark. The first part of Dark Ages. First half was good. When we hit the weird investigatory novel shit by Ilsa J. Bick, I feel like that's when the series really went downhill.
I also like the beginning of Dark Ages, mostly just because it's like an interesting change-up.
It is.
I would like the Jihad if it was written better.
I mean, it really wasn't written at all.
or if, Word of Blake had real beliefs. That would be excellent. A religious war by a faction that actually has beliefs.
They believe in structural change. Everyone should be structured with them. Part of, All right. What do you want to do in your lead up to your match with Steve Gary? Open Word of Blake Gladiator and upcoming Jobber.
Adam would like to. Oh, did I get medical rehab? Yes, I did.
Yes.
I thought so. In that case, I would like to research. Well, actually, no, there's no real point in researching him. He's going to throw. Also, I probably already know what his mech is or something.
It's a Toyama. So it's the Free Worlds League was like, hey, Word of Blake,
we're building a mech.
You've rebuilt our HPG network. You basically control everything. What if we give you a mech and you stop bothering us? And Word of Blake was like, that'd be great. We're not going to stop bothering you, but please design a new battle mech for us. We're not that good at it. So the Toyama is a Free Worlds League mech given to Word of Blake, and they immediately ripped it apart and used it to create their super mech army.
Yeah. Against the Toyama, Adam will bring the Golem.
Okay.
I'm gonna, just beat up on him a little bit. And Adam, I think, spends his time, I think, kind of trying to mentor Osmond a little bit. Talking to Osmond about, I don't know, I guess probably it's them throwing knives in the shooting range again. That's just kind of like the thing they do now.
He's trying to learn to curve the knives. Like Wanted.
Well, except with a throwing knife, you actually probably can a little bit. There's actually like rotation there.
You have to put a spin on it.
But it doesn't with bullets. When you put a spin on it, it does the opposite of curve the bullet. It makes it go straighter. That was the whole point of rifling. Wanted. What a terrible movie.
I mean, if you ignored the physics problem, it was actually a really interesting idea.
It was an okay movie.
There are plenty of movies where the physics doesn't make any sense and you just kind of have to hand wave it.
That's true.
Like any sci-fi movie. Yeah, Avatar, Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah. But yeah, the two of them are chucking knives at a post. And Adam looks to Osmond and says, "So, Osmond, do you think you're ready for the
Do you
arena?"
think I'm ready?
I think you're good enough. The question is do you have an idea of what you want? What you want to be? Who you are in there? Obviously, you are the Prince Osman al-Bazlan, but what does that mean for the crowd?
I don't know that I'm ready, and I'll tell you why. I'll be honest with you. Where I come from, a gold-plated urban mech is a symbol of wealth and status and excellence. And I'm good with it. I'm real good. But I don't think I'm going to make it in the arena with a mech like that.
No, probably not. But you do currently have a mech that is maneuverable, a little light on the armor, but it's decently fast, and packs a lot of short-range punch while having some defensive capability against missiles. That could work well enough for you in the arena for some time until you get your own sponsors.
Maybe it's not a good idea for me to use the Komodo anytime recently. Maybe let the heat die off.
Good, you're learning. But yes, eventually, I think especially if we get your aim a little better, as Adam then throws a knife, I think you're very close.
He throws a knife right next to your knife. Actually, he throws it down your knife and splits it in half. No, that's possible.
That would be impressive. Yeah, Adam turns to Osmond and says, "All right then. After my match, we'll hit the range."
We're on the range right now.
No, the bigger range.
Okay.
Adam just pats him on the shoulder and leaves as he walks past him. Well, time to go have an interview with the fascist.
That's the terrorist. Oh my god. Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. You head to your interview with your boy, the very fine Ernst Dieter Mueller. He's sitting down with you and he says, "Adam Kaseki, so good to see you. Excellent. How are you?"
I'm well, Mr. Mueller.
Yeah. Listen, you're a good pilot, right? You'd say that you're an excellent pilot.
I'd like to think that my record says so.
Class 6 championship. I wanted to talk to you about a pilot known as the Zombie, which if you're kind of new to Solaris, so you might not know that a zombie is a competitor who is on their way down and out. They're given no chance to recover. They're done. They're donezo. It's over. This one particular zombie, who I don't think is a zombie, Victor Vandergriff. Have you heard of this guy?
I have not had the pleasure.
He's a Goliath pilot. There are a lot of people that say the Goliath is not a good battle mech, but it is a premier Lyran Alliance battle mech. What do people have against Lyran Alliance mechs? Why are they so upset with the Goliath? Because it has 4 legs? Doesn't that make it superiorly mobile? Why are people coming down on Victor Vandergriff? This is a Lyran champion. I think he could go to the top. What do you think?
I'd have to see him fight to figure that out.
All right. He shows you some clips of Victor Vandergriff. This guy is solidly rank 80 to 100-ish class 6 material. Like, not... He's 1% of the inner sphere, but not 1% of the 1%.
Yeah. Adam looks at the data or the footage and just says, his fundamentals are good, but quad mechs do sometimes have certain disadvantages that the pilot must work to overcome. They are superiorly stable and very difficult to knock over, and that is a good advantage. Falling is very bad in a battle mech fight, but in a one-on-one, they tend to be underarmed, not have quite enough bite to them. When they are part of a formation, their sturdiness can serve them well, and they can have sort of a vanguard role in many cases, especially something big like the Goliath. But in a one-on-one case, I think that Mr. Vandergriff needs to adapt his dueling strategy to fit his mech better. He currently is trying to duel in the traditional sense, use his weaponry in a straight up match, front to front. And while his mech is very tough, it does not have enough firepower to match what many of his competitors are bringing. And I think that is what is causing most of his problems.
Everything you said after his fundamentals is removed from the broadcast version. From the non-Solaris local broadcast.
It's very funny because Adam was being purposefully complimentary.
Yeah, but all they wanted to hear was you saying that he was good. Everything else could get mixed up. It would be difficult to edit in and out, all that. Wow, what a statement. Incredible, Adam Kaseki. Incredible. What a breakdown. All right. Let's talk some more about you. What are your plans going into this match? Let's take a step back. Before we talk about that, let's talk about the politics. This person that you're facing off is a member of the hated Word of Blake faction. Right now, they are disrupting the inner sphere, attacking Terra. This is terrorism. This is a crusade. It's murder. Do we like them? Don't we like them? A lot of people are saying yes. A lot of people are saying no. Where do you come down?
Well, I understand it that Word of Blake's current actions on Terra have to do with the situation between the schism between them and Comstar. I'm just a simple mech warrior, Mr. Mueller, but the way I see it, that seems like a private matter between the two of them.
But it affects your livelihood, doesn't it? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you're a mech warrior. You aren't a master in political science like myself. I get it. But your ability
Comstar was removed from the Mercenary Review and Bonding Commission. They no longer run my livelihood like they once did.
No, I'm talking about Solaris rebroadcast rights. How can you get paid for sending your transmissions to places as far away as, I don't know, Valentina, if your message can't get there? If your matches aren't being replayed on planets, you aren't making money, yes or no?
My match is not being broadcast?
The whole Comstar network is being upset because of this horrific assault on our freedoms and liberties.
The Comstar network is regularly upset whenever the combat takes place in an area. As far as I'm concerned, the most disruptive thing to the Comstar network thus far has been the clan invasion, which That's an awful lot of planets that my rebroadcast rights aren't going to. I think that that's a lot more money than a temporary hiccup on due to some sort of quasi-familial faction dispute on Terra.
Amazing. He's doing his best to draw you into commentating on this. All right, somebody brings out a bottle of cherry brandy and pours a glass for both of you, and he says, "Today's interview is sponsored by Kirsch Brandy. Kirsch, when you're reaching for excellence, you reach for this. Get a bottle today from Colavrati." He takes a sip and goes, "Yeah, that's the stuff. Sweet, well-aged. Pre-clan invasion bottle, actually. You can still taste the hope."
Mr. Mueller. Most excellent.
Yeah, it's good cherry brandy, but it's nothing to write home about if you aren't a cherry brandy enthusiast.
And Adam doesn't actually drink any of it because Adam doesn't drink.
It's a distinct notes of vanilla. All right, you don't get any of that. You can maybe smell it a little bit. Yeah.
Almost makes me wish I drank.
Aged in an
before
oak
he puts
casket.
it back down. But then he says, "I have a bit of excellence of my own to thank. And that would be Walunga Enterprises, to whom I will dedicate today's victory.
Walunga Enterprises
have been a steadfast friend of Apex Dragons for quite some time, and have certainly been generous in their support of both my machine and those of my compatriots."
Okay. He starts wrapping up the interview, unless you have anything else to add.
No, Adam wants to get as far away from Mueller as possible.
Well, we're skipping the match because this guy misses every shot with you, and your mech isn't touched at all. He says, "Oh no! Oh wow! I just had such bad luck. Oh, incredible! Adam Kaseki, what a great fighter!"
Adam tries to make the fact that he's missing every shot look a little more believable by purposefully moving as fast as he does it. He never closes to melee range because that would risk accidentally killing this guy, maybe.
By taking his head off? Yeah. Probably that's noticed by a lot of people. They're like, huh, this isn't his normal move.
But he specifically just hangs out at like medium Gauss rifle range and moving as fast as possible, while just wearing him down with Gauss rifle and ER large laser.
Anything you want to do? We can skip the post interview if you know.
I think that what Adam does after this is I think he starts
Listen, there's someone at home who wanted a battle mech session today, and they're like, "Damn it, Arthur, I can't believe you just fucking paved over it." No, it was the terrorism. The terrorism was this episode, guys. The battle mech fight was nothing.
Terrorism was the important bit.
Yeah.
And speaking of terrorism, Adam is going to start training his guys in anti-mech tactics with the equipment that we stole from the clanners.
Okay.
Because the Jade, and also, you know, how to deal with elementals and stuff, because the Jade Falcons are still probably going to come try and kill us, even if they may be lower on supplies now.
All right. Well, you are now the rank 50 class 6 unlimited in the inner sphere. You're in what they call the bottom half.
And I think he has
Walunga just out here getting free money.
So free.
Literal, did nothing.
Where you're going, you're lost. Dollar Tree headset, so free. Freer than a public restroom.
Okay. You guarantee victory. You won.
You
get to do with that what you want. You get to choose whether you train Osman or whether you...
I do train Osman.
Incredible.
I specifically train Osman in his mech gunnery. We spend a bunch of time, less time on the obstacle course and a lot more time on the shooting range. trying to get him. Once I get him down, I think to 4 gunnery, and we get him a decent a mech that isn't hot. Which is why I brought the Blackjack Omni mech to do that up, because that thing's going in a deep garage somewhere in the stable and never be getting used for a minute. But yeah, what is his gunnery at now?
Are you training him, just to confirm?
Yes, I'm spending my downtime to train him.
Very well. I will send you his newly updated stats, which include his new
Oh, did he get a...
I just don't remember the name of the zero gravity one, but
Oh, nice.
but the terrain master for zero gravity. He has that.
Awesome. Cool.
He's going to demand that all of his matches take place in space now.
Oh yeah. At the end of this week, Osmond's going.
Okay.
You are exceedingly ready.
All right. He's going to enter then in the light division, rank 100.
I think, hold on one second. I need to check one thing. Because I may be able to get him something. What division do you want to enter, Osmond? What? I know you have the urban mech, but what are you actually interested in?
Winning. He's not interested in a challenge. He just wants easy wins. He wants to be seen winning as well.
Oh. Then perhaps perhaps entering the light or medium classes would be sort of your speed. We just have to make sure you have a machine that's better than what anyone else can get their hands on.
Okay.
So go ahead and enter the light, and I'll work on getting you something that'll get you those wins. But your skills are sufficient. You're actually very good.
It's okay. Slightly better than average.
3-3 is pretty damn good.
Post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is a first-person camera. Like, you know, we can see the person's arms. They're in the Valhalla Shield Club. With mech warriors and celebrities, the highest-ranking, most wealthy nobles around them. And they are pricking their fingers so that they can use their own blood to write a message to Adam Kaseki, the Tin Man, that says, "I know, and I'll be coming for you soon." That's it.
Hell yeah. And I think I'm gonna do a little research, but I think I know what Adam's gonna try to requisition for Osmond.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, AP. That was a good time.
I always know. You know, I could say something, but I do not want it taken out of context. So,
Understandable.
It was a good session. A little wild, very different from normal, but we got there. I don't know when my next session is. Everything keeps getting canceled. Theoretically, we should be getting a new one on Tuesday, but you know, nothing matters. Time is a construct. Everyone has holiday or family, so. All right. Congratulations on your victory and the success of your plan, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Indeed you will.